Well, today we had Modern Warfare 2 Season 6 revealed to us, and we've got a lot to get into with this final season of Modern Warfare 2. So as we go along, drop your thoughts below. What do you think of this season so far? You looking forward to it based off the reveal? Not so much. Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoy the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2 Season 6, Modern Warfare 3 upcoming, and still some wildcard things like X-Defiant and other FPS titles here in a stacked fall lineup upcoming. I'd love to have you in the community. Finally, check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage for the best blue light glasses on the market, where code Espresso can get you 10% off your entire order, but more on that in a little bit. For now, let's take a look at Season 6 of Modern Warfare 2 and what we saw revealed. So what we've seen in regards to this being like a Halloween and sort of creepier themed season, that's all true. This is going to be something that you're going to see echoed throughout all the content that we discuss here with us, but let's start out with the multiplayer side of things here for Modern Warfare 2. Firstly, let's talk about maps, because we do have 2 maps for 6v6 upcoming. We have 2 maps for gunfight upcoming, all of those being at launch, but they haven't mentioned anything at mid-season, which is interesting. So I'm curious if we're going to see any sort of addition that is a surprise addition here at mid-season, but for the time being, we know of 4 maps right off the bat. Firstly, La Casa is one for 6v6. This is a genuinely brand new 6v6 map, it seems like, where it's 2 wings of different buildings connected by a centralized bridge, taking place in the Las Almas portion of Modern Warfare 2's map offering. Then we also see Coro Village, which is a remake from COD 2, and this will be something that looks to offer a variety of different gameplay. This one, while it is a remake or remaster, however you want to spin it, it is something that, being from COD 2, I'm sure that a lot of people haven't played this map in particular, so maybe you can consider it new, but still there's that technical asterisk. Beyond that, in terms of gunfight maps at launch, we'll see King, which is the reskin of what we saw within Modern Warfare 2019's base gunfight map. We also see Fight, which looks to be Modern Warfare 2019's shoot house, but from a slightly different area here with this. It says to use shoot houses 3 and 4, so same compound, not exact same layout, so that'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. But those are your 4 maps we'll see here coming at launch. At mid-season, again, it's unclear if we'll get any additional 6v6 maps on top of what we have, whether new or remastered, but we will see 2 new map reskins, where we'll have LSEO as well as Embassy reskinned in a sort of Twilight setting with some different aesthetics around the map, but then also Embassy being set completely at night here with what looks to be zombies aesthetic alongside that. So again, just some thematic reskins to fit the more horror element of it and zombified feel of what we'll see across all the other offering here with this in Season 6. Beyond that, we see 3 new weapons at launch, 1 coming at mid-season. We see the TR-76 Geist, which is an assault rifle, that coming in the Battle Pass. The ISO 9mm, which is an SMG, coming in the Battle Pass as well. And then the dual commas will be a melee weapon in the Battle Pass, those being sickle-shaped blades, all that can be unlocked through the Battle Pass. Now again, if it's anything like previous Battle Passes, at least the TR-76 Geist and the ISO 9mm will be available almost immediately if you do decide to do that upgrade to Black Cell, though it'll probably take about like 15 to 30 tiers depending on how you traverse the Battle Pass map if you do not. So that'll be entirely up to you, but new weapons no less here. And then at mid-season, we'll end up seeing the chainsaw from Doom being introduced, which is kind of cool here with this, another sort of crossover, which it seems like we have a ton this season, and we'll get to that in a second. Jumping over to the Warzone side of things here, this is where it kind of gets weird, because the majority of, if not all of these changes, are happening at mid-season, so it seems like the upfront is kind of for multiplayer, seeing those 4 maps dropped, the new weapons and stuff like that. Then everything else in terms of major note happens at mid-season, which that is already detailed as being October 17th, so we are only going to see this sort of first initial portion of the season, this first half, only lasting about 3 weeks time. So it seems like it's going to be shorter and condensed in nature, so I don't know what that means for the back half of Season 6, because, I mean, Modern Warfare 3 launches on the 10th, but Season 1 isn't rumored until December at some point. So do you have a 3-week first part of the season, and then you have like a 2-month second half of the season? Like, that's just weird to me on how that will work, unless Season 6 ends with the launch of Modern Warfare 3. That would be essentially a 3-and-3 split, but also seems kind of weird that we wouldn't have anything for those that don't move on to Modern Warfare 3 at the moment. But anyways, moving on to the Warzone side of things here, not to get hung up on too much, we're going to see a whole host of different haunting style events, game modes, and everything coming at mid-season for all of the Warzone experiences. For the big map stuff, we have the Haunting Operation Nightmare in Al Mazrah. That's something that it's going to be set at night. It's going to have all kinds of different stuff in regards to map changes in terms of different anomalies around the map. So it's going to be a a very different style battle royale at that point, but we're also going to see come alongside that is Zombie Royale. So the game mode that we ended up seeing across Verdansk for the Haunting of Verdansk, and in a sort of ghost capacity with Verdansk 84, it is going to be coming back here. So if you guys remember that, you have to essentially survive. If you turn into a zombie, you can come back by killing alive enemies, and your goal is to be the last alive team standing. In Vondel, we'll end up seeing Von Dead, a new spin on what we see for the Battle Royale and zombie experience, where there will be zombies around Vondel, kind of like an AI format, I guess, here at this, but also some map changes where the rivers and canals run red with blood. We have a rare blood moon in the sky. We have the graveyard of the witch as it's described, and the altars of the butcher. So a lot of stuff going on here at this. It also seemed like from one of the marketing shots that maybe not all of the water is in Vondel. It seemed like there was some dry canals as well. We'll see with Vondel, Von Dead Lockdown, where it's the same thing, but again, the lockdown game mode that we have seen since the launch of Vondel, sort of large-scale hardpoint in that sense, but with zombies roaming around. So my initial guess a few days ago with that horde point style game mode that we saw back in COD World War II, kind of the same thing, but in a much larger scale. For the Haunting event, we're also going to see some of our equipment and field upgrades adjusted, where the Haunting box is going to be a mutated armor and munitions box. We'll see a Bloodseeker grenade, and we'll of course see some jump scares coming around as well in the game modes here within Warzone. DMZ is also not exempt from these Haunting style reskins, where they didn't really give too much detail here with it, but you do see that there is going to be nighttime aesthetic on the maps and seemingly some frights around the corner as well. Mid-season, we'll also end up seeing a new event here where, similar to the trophy hunt event, we're going to have the soul capture event, where just like the trophy hunt event, when you kill an enemy, they will drop a soul that you can then go and collect. You don't have to bank it like you did in Warzone. You can just simply go in, collect it, and it's credited to your account. Seemingly, we're going to be able to end up buying things out of game and for our accounts as well at that point, so we'll see how it all works out. But then also, we're going to see additional daily login rewards added with mid-season as well. Ranked play is seeing some adjustments here in regards to refreshing rewards. We're going to have a new blueprint and camo for both multiplayer and Warzone, though honestly, I'm kind of disappointed here and don't really have a care to grind out the seasonal divisional rewards, because for multiplayers ranked, you end up getting a large weapon decal for where you place, and in Warzone, it's a vehicle skin. So don't really care too much for that kind of stuff. I much would have rather liked to see additional camos like we have this season, but it is what it is. That's what we're going to end up having. Honestly, when it comes to skins this season, they go pretty dumb hard, with the operators of Spawn, Al Simmons, and then also the Burned Spawn as the sort of Battle Pass operators, along with some other skins in the Battle Pass. But like, truly, if you just look at some of these on screen, some of these are really cool. There's going to be a new Soul Crusher Vega skin, which kind of reminds me of like the Stalker character uniforms we've seen in those games. The gas mask and cloak, love that kind of aesthetic, definitely might be maining that. There's like an evil Groot for Nova. You have Skeletor, Ash Williams, Alucard, and a whole host of others that honestly, cosmetically, they're actually pretty sick. I'm not a fan of buying stuff, so probably not going to touch too many of these, but the art team did a phenomenal job, I think, this season. But anyways, that's essentially what we have here for season 6. It's kind of a weird layout this season, and again, the overall direction and how long it lasts is still kind of up in the air. Seems like the beginning is multiplayer, the second half then is Warzone and DMZ, but how long the overall season lasts is a big question as we lead up to Modern Warfare 3. But busy season between season 6, the beta, and the reveal for Modern Warfare 3, and then campaign early access towards the end of season 6 perhaps, but a lot up on deck, and that is season 6 in a nutshell. So that's where we're gonna wrap up the video. Love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What are you guys thinking off what we've seen so far? Like it, dislike it, whatever the case, drop your thoughts. Before we wrap everything up, make sure to check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage, the best blue light glasses on the market. If you guys want to check out the newly launched Diablo frames, if you guys are fans of Aviator frames, they are absolutely going to be a pair for you. They just launched those, so those are probably flying off the shelves. But if you guys want to learn more, check out the science, the clinical studies, all the details they can provide much better in-depth explanations on. Link down there in the description below. But what I can say is, from my time using them, they're the most comfortable, lightweight, and durable frames out there, and are prescription compatible. So if you have a prescription, you can get those lenses put into the frames and have your insurance cover some of the cost, maybe even the full cost of your order. That said, if you're interested in any of that, you want to pick something up for yourself, use code Espresso, link down there in the description below for 10% off your order. But for now, that's what we're going to call it. So again, drop your thoughts below. If you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2 Season 6, Warzone, Modern Warfare 3, and a whole host of other stuff here upcoming in the months ahead. There's a lot on deck. I'd love to have you in the community, but for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care, and peace.